Hi, my name is Courtney. Today I'm going to give you some advice for going to a concert alone. I have gone to several concerts alone and I personally enjoy it a lot. I remember having a lot of anxiety whenever I did this for the first time. I actually get asked about this a lot, so I just thought I'd make a video just kind of talking about my tips and tricks for surviving a concert by yourself. The first thing I want to say is go into it with an open mind. Don't get in your head about being like, oh my gosh, it's so awkward that I don't have a friend here or a parent here, or that I'm just here alone. At the end of the day, like, no one really cares that you're there by yourself. Most people aren't even gonna notice, but it's an opportunity for you to just have fun and be yourself. So just embrace that fact that, like, it really does take a lot of courage to go to things by yourself a lot of the time. So I think you should really applaud yourself that you have the strength and you're ready to have fun. So it's okay that you're attending by yourself. I think that's the number one thing that I hear a lot, is that a lot of people just get in their heads about it. It's like, what do you mean you're here by yourself? Like, that's weird. It's not. Remove that stigma. It's okay to go to shows by yourself and you will have fun. Second thing is have a plan for how you're gonna get there and how you're gonna leave. That helps alleviate a lot of stress, and there are a lot of crowds going into the venue and as well as a lot of crowds going out after the show. So kind of know where you're going to go in at, where you're going to park if you're parking, where Uber drop-off and pickups are. Kind of get a good idea from that. If you don't know some of these things, you can find it on the venue website. That's where I'd recommend looking for a lot of things. And also kind of like have an idea if you're bringing a bag, make sure you know the bag dimensions before you go in, prohibited items, all those good things. Most shows will send you an email that's like a no before you go. So go over that, make sure you understand the venue policies before you're going in. The third thing I would recommend is just kind of do a play-by-play in your head of how you want the night to go, right? Whenever you go in, are you going to the merch table first? Are you buying a water? Or are you just going to your spot? You know, just kind of having that mental plan ahead of time, I think alleviates a lot of stress. If you don't go into it with a plan in your head and you're really anxious, like you might forget some things. So just kind of an idea and like kind of like make like a mental list of like what you want to do. If you're going to get merch before the show, if you're going to get merch after the show, I think that's really helpful in just kind of overall surviving a show by yourself. And you also don't have to be bound by things because you're not with other people. The next thing I want to say is make sure that you feel safe. If you're at a GA venue and you're in the middle of the pit, it might not be the most comfortable. It's okay to take a breather and go to the back. I went to a show once and I did not have enough to eat or drink throughout the day. This was like one of the first times I went to a show by myself, and I was within like the first 10 rows because I had camped all day and I just felt really sick and nauseous by the end. So it got to a point where I was like, I don't want to pass out in the middle of this pit. I'm gonna leave to go to the back of the pit. So that's what I did. I went to the bar to get water and I couldn't even stand up. I just like went and sat down. And some random girl's dad, bless this man's soul, bought me a water. I didn't know what to do in this moment. I literally handed him my debit card. I went to hand him my debit card. I was sitting on the floor and I was like, here, just take my debit card. He could have stolen my debit card and it would have been fine. So don't be like me. Make sure you're in a situation where you feel safe. Granted, I think dads at Conan Gray shows are safe, but don't put yourself in a situation where you feel unsafe. So prepare ahead of time by drinking water, eating something, feeling good physically and mentally before you go to the show. That is pretty much foolproof. If you feel good physically and mentally going to the show, 90% of the times you will come out of the show feeling good. Something else that I want to encourage you to do is make friends. It's okay to talk to people around you. There have been times where I've had just kind of like awkward parents next to me at shows that I went to by myself, and I still embrace the fact that like I was there alone having the best time of my life and they were like, what are you doing? There have been other times where I've gone to shows alone and I've met some wonderful people, even if they're just my friends for the day. Like, it was such a beautiful feeling. And there's actually this one girl who I met at the Olivia Rodrigo show in Dallas for the Guts tour that I didn't get her Instagram handle or anything, and it makes me feel horrible because I genuinely like wanted to be friends with her after the show. Even though a lot of people that I met at shows that I went to alone, I don't really talk to as much after. But it's fun to have a friend for the day, and there's also people who like won't really vibe with the idea of having a new friend at a show if they're there with a parent or other friends. So that's okay too. Just kind of get a vibe for the people around you. Don't be afraid to say hi. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself and maybe build a new friendship. I've also made some of my greatest friends from going to shows alone, and then I've gone to other shows with them. So that's another perk of just letting it all go. And I think that's really cute because I actually have some of my best friends I actually met from going to shows alone. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. I am personally someone who hates like talking to people most of the time. I really do try to step out of my comfort zone at concerts and try to start those conversations and being like, hi, how are you? My name's Courtney. And just, you know, talking about the artist, our favorite songs, our favorite moments, those kinds of things. I think those kinds of friendships on the spot are incredible. The very last thing I want to say is have fun. Scream for your favorite song, clap, sing along. Don't feel the need to just kind of be stiff and awkward because you're there by yourself. Like, there have been times where I've sang with complete strangers, and there have been times where I've just screamed at the ceiling. And personally, in my head, I take it as a judgment-free zone, because even though there probably are people judging me, these are people that I will probably not perceive again in the future. So as long as I'm having the time of my life, like, it does not matter if they're giving me weird looks. And as soon as those lights turn back on, I'm out of there and back on my way home. So take up the space, enjoy your time, and you will have fun. Some kind of like basic overall things that I'd recommend going into the shows with is fully charged phone, factory sealed water bottle if the venue allows it. If you're queuing for the show, make sure you drink a lot of water. I feel like I say this in every survival guide video, but drink water. Drinking water is so important. Have a nice healthy snack, good meal beforehand, and just do whatever you feel would make you the most comfortable in any kind of situation. I don't think you should really go out of your way to just kind of do something different from your routine, but do whatever makes you feel good whenever you're going into a new situation, because this is exactly what this is. If you've never been to a concert before by yourself, this is a new situation for you. So you should do whatever makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel safe, and do whatever makes you feel like you're gonna have the most enjoyable time. Here are some things that I would say not to do though. Like, don't get blackout drunk. Like, you have no one there to take care of you. Like, don't do anything to where you are putting yourself in danger and have to rely on complete strangers to try to help you out, because most of the time they're not going to. There are actually a lot of very kind and generous and giving fans out there, but you shouldn't rely on this all the time. But overall, I just say go into this with a clear mind, be confident in yourself, take charge, and know you're gonna have a good time. Even if you're not there with your best friend, even if you're not there with your mom, even if you're not there with your dad, even if you're not there with your sibling, cousin, whoever you go to shows with, it's gonna be okay. And you're gonna have a great time, and you're there because you enjoy the music, you enjoy the artist, and that is all that matters at the end of the day, is that you're in a place where you feel safe within an art, and you deserve to be in that space. So don't be afraid to take it up, breathe, and just be respectful of people around you. Be respectful to yourself, most importantly, and allow yourself to have the fun and good old time that you deserve to have. It's not as scary after you do it for the first time. There are a lot of times actually now where I just kind of prefer going to shows by myself, because I just am able to just let go more so. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If this might be like your first concert ever, I highly recommend watching some of my other fangirl guide videos. I'm gonna have a playlist attached to one of these sides over here. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, please subscribe, because I will have more videos like that in the future. And if you really enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. And comment down below some advice you might have for going to a concert alone, or questions that you might have about going to a concert alone. I still appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.